وهاو كل الرسالة أنا كوي فوتو جدي هذه فوتو لما نزلت كلنا غير والله أنا مدينة من دزونه ولا شيء ولا كفيه
من قد
ولا تاريخ كيونا لا منقش والله سوست زلال كفل بيجي
الله فوقت أنا مدينة
إيه نوعدنا من الناس مزقب إلى الزلم ቦታ የተሰራበት ውሃው ያለበት አይደለም ነው ይላል ፎርሙ ከላይ በስም ተጠቃሹ ግለሰብ የዲያሽ ቀበሌ የዲያሽ መሬት ልዩ ቦታው ነዋሪ ሲሆን በይዞታው መሬቱ ላይ በምስራቅ በምዕራብ በሰሜን በደቡብ በአዋሳኝ ቦታ ደብተሩ ላይ በተራ ቁጥር 1 ላይ ልንለው ነው ማለት ነው። የተገለጸው መሬት ላይ በትክክል ቤት ሰርቶ ስለዚህ ይሄ ማለት ነው። እስኪ መንገሻ ምናምን የሚያዋስነው ይሄ ማለት ነው። አሰን ታዲያ በዛ ማለት ነው። ይሁት ይመቻ ይሄው አሰን ታደሰ አለ በምስራቅ በምዕራብ ታዲያ በዚህ በኩል አያሌው ነበር የሚባለው ማን አሰን ብሎ ስህተት ነው። በደቡብ በዛ መንገድ በሰሜን መንገሻ ደቡብ መንገዱ ብሎታል በዛ ነው ዙሮ ይሄ ነው የሚሆነው። ይሄ ነው እርሻ ዝያሊ ብዙያሊ በምስራት ብዙያሊ ማለት የነካሳሊናት ያሰለሉ ነው። እሺ ቦታ ይላል ያው ቦታ የሚለው ይሄ ነው የሚሆነው። ይሄ ነው እንዴት ተሳስቷል። አሰማን ነው በምዕራብ እናቴ አያሌው ላለው ብሎ ተሳስቷል። መንገዱና አያሌው አሰን ይላል አያሌው ነው መሆን ያለበት እኮ ነበር።
This second 45. No substitutions during the half-time break. And a couple of cards from that first half. Leo Lacroix and Dane Ingham in the referee's book, having to be on their best behaviour, along with Jacob Tratt. Long high ball from Jack Duncan. The ball is knotted out by Briston, who's playing at left back today. Tratt at right back. Arthur Pappas. You've got to have the ball here. It's not the one. It's not the one. Here, have it. It's up to you. Just wanted to eavesdrop there on exactly what the issue was with that particular ball. I think it's a training ball. That might be the issue. That one was just on the Newcastle bench. It wasn't a match ball. So the bench goes and puts it in a bag, and the officially licensed product is back on the pitch and ready to roll around. As Kilkenny hits it up into the airspace of McGarry, and now back at ground level, Wales stroking it out to Risdon. Kilkenny. Now Tratt brings the ball under control. He's able to venture a pass into the penalty area, headed away by Jenkinson. Doumbia. Now Risdon. Another long diagonal ball, and this one is for the goalkeeper, rolling it out to James McGarry. Cutting it in for Becca Dance-Mellier. Turning back to Yeoman. Matt Yeoman goes for the long ball. To no one in particular, that's just going to drift out for a throw. So a little bit aimless on that occasion. 2 minutes of the second half. Stage of the first half, we'd already had a stunning stave from Jamie Young and aggressive shots on goal, corners and so forth, but this one rather more subdued out of the rooms.
To your question as well, Teo, around how much the conditions been part of the coaches' chat at half-time. I dare say it would have been a decent part about adjusting style of play. You can see both sides just feeling out the change in having the wind both with and against them. It takes a little while to adjust to that. Deliveries over the top, you need to put the right kind of texture on the ball when you are with the wind. The other hand, the other side of things, you have to put a little bit more behind passes when you do have the wind running into your face.
Let's see exactly how strict Kurt Ams is on players just taking their time over restarts here in the second half. He did produce that yellow card for Jacob Tratt over a throw-in, no less. When the game was 1-1, it's not like West End United were trying to lock down on a 1-0 lead in the first half. Wait and see how the consistency of that goes. If one team or the other has a reason to want to waste time through the course of the game. Right now, though, they're both very interested in attacking and winning. Here's Wales, through to Parias on the right, having quite the game today. Parias cuts it across, Prijovic lunges, but can't reach the ball. And now Risdon, back in for... But the cross and Sotirio, years of age. Dylan Parias, come back to that conversation in a moment here, because Connor Payne has just stolen a march on an awkward bouncing ball, tried to play it to his own advantage, but Ingham leapt up to put it behind for a corner. So, yeah, Dylan Parias was in the Melbourne City Youth Academy and got substitute appearances for a number of years. Now 22 years of age, 85th appearance today, so getting up to almost 100 senior appearances. He's the sort of player that really will want to have nailed down a starting spot. He won't want to be a bit part player in this league. Of course, was rumoured to be joining Genoa. They were in Serie B a couple of years ago. Here's an in-swinging free opportunity, and it's out for repeat corners here, and so Carl Jenkinson is on hand to turn it behind.
Bit of an awkward one there, and Fairgate to have copped one to the face, but a real gaggle of bodies in that 6-yard box. Really hard to judge the flight, especially with that wind. We keep talking about it, but Fairgate just clutching at his cheekbone there.
A couple of half-hearted questions about a handball, but the result is another corner for Neil Kilkenny. Make the most of it being perfect for an in-swinger on the right. Duncan stayed down there, but Michael Tadze was able to win the header. Wales. Steins just reached out his toe and was able to drag the ball under control. Can Newcastle hit on the counter? They've got speedsters. Particular Bahaja, but his touch was not quite on the money there. Back to Jamie Young. Might be the sort of thing that opens the game up. Set pieces at one end, counter-attacks at the other. Western have got their defence in place behind Steins here and Darts-Mellier. Jenkins. Ingham looked up at a 1-on-2. Western trying to close all the passing channels at the moment. Darts-Mellier has to go backwards as a result. Steins. Mikkeltadze, long way from the goal he's attacking, the number 9. See total passing numbers there. Newcastle just shading it at the moment. Thurgate, forced back. Yeoman. They're able to play through the left side very neatly here, the Jets, and Leo Lacroix stepped out from the centre of defence to interrupt. Mikkeltadze. It's Tratt's turn to put a foot on the ball. Slightly underhit, Doumbia had to protect the space and was able to find safe passage out of the defensive third in the form of Risdon. Wales buzzing around. Payne hooks it back inside, Risdon on the move. Prijovic trying to time his run. Here's Wales underneath, and it's cut out, put away by Dartsvelia, well aware that Prijovic was lurking.
It's a good look, good counter play there from Western United. Look, I think Prijovic had in the earlier passage drifted into an offside position, so the ball through to Wales was the right one, and whether or not he'd gotten on the end of that, Prijovic, the question had been asked, had he been offside?
Already a handful of corners in the first 7 minutes of the second half here for Western United. Prijovic trying to make his presence felt inside that 6-yard box. Kilkenny attacks the near post, it's allowed to fall, and then turned away by Sotirio. Kilkenny will get a second chance, turns onto his left, Doumbia, and he had the feet well and truly planted there, not able to generate the sort of loop that may have troubled Jack Duncan. Let's check in with the ball in Newcastle hands with Michael Zappone down on the side.
Yeah, just on Jack Duncan. He struggled a little bit with the high balls in that first half. To stay with play here.
Arias to Prijovic. Prijovic on the turn, away from Yeoman. Now advancing from right back. Tratt across. Payne down and cleared away by Jenkinson, who just lifts it high. Bahaja bringing it under his control and looking to feed it through for Sotirio. Imai, well, it wasn't convincing, but it was effective, and he wasn't able to let Sotirio escape. And now Kilkenny on the ball. Plays it to Tomoki Imai. Perez. And as Western go back, it's Michael Zappone, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I was just going to say he struggled a little bit with the high balls in the first half. A different challenge with the wind straight at his face in the second half. I noticed in that first corner he stayed on his line. He's going to have to be really aggressive and read those balls and to take pressure off his defence in this second half. He'll be challenged, and we know that Western United will be looking for Alexander Prijovic. He's very strong in those aerial contests, and don't be surprised if he calls for a cap from the bench as well, because he's looking into the sun, which is setting on this near side of the ground as well.
And Zappers, as we just wind our way closer to the hour mark, have you got a hunch as to who might be first to blink on a sub, or any players that are being given their instructions?
No sign at this stage. Western United substitutes are just going through their paces, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some movement from Newcastle first.
Thank you to Michael Zappone down on the sideline, keeping an eye on all of it. Let's see if the hat does get out to Jack Duncan to shield the eyes. The shadows are just starting to get a little bit longer as the game wears into the afternoon. It's 6:15 Australian time, for those of you watching in a different time zone.
It's an interesting point as well that Zappers makes too, because I think Jack Duncan has looked a bit hesitant this afternoon, and surprisingly so given his form this season. And we spoke about his play leading into last week's round, that he'd actually been one of the best goalkeepers in terms of save percentages. Obviously that would have dropped off a little bit in their loss last week to MacArthur, but without Jack Duncan, Newcastle Jets would be in a lot more trouble. But today he's just looking a little out of sorts.
Foul given here. Sotirio, the man knocked over. 10 minutes of second half play, no change to the half-time score. Back to the keeper. Here is Duncan. Lockie Wales and Connor Payne trying to press in concert. Ingham can't escape the defensive half just yet. To manufacture a little bit of space, and Angus Thurgate will. And that is a nice ball to release Bahaja. He goes to work, squaring it. Sotirio rolls it on. Mikkeltadze takes a deflection. And it goes just wide of the post. Well, his own teammates getting in the road there. Bekel Mikkeltadze. It's still going to be a corner, though, after the deflection that took it out.
That was really well worked there by Newcastle. A lot of joy down that right-hand side, and a moment of miscommunication in that strike. Mikkeltadze was lining up for that one.
He must have wondered what on earth James McGarry was doing there, crashing his party, coming in right at the last there. Both of them going for it on their left foot. Newcastle won't mind that they get a corner at least. McGarry here on his haunches just behind Mikkeltadze as they lurk around the penalty spot. Fourth corner of the game for the Jets, first of the second half. An in-swinger, Doumbia wins the header and then bombs away from Prijovic to clear it. He got plenty on it, out it goes down in the attacking half for Western United, so that corner emphatically defended. Arthur Papp is still on his feet, the Newcastle bench. They're all up, doing their warm-ups. We'll be the first to blink as we approach the hour mark and the subs start to roll through. Sotirio, Bahaja, just loops that high. Perhaps thinking that might have been an attempt to cross it, catch the wind and have it spin back to the top of the box. Instead, Jamie Young's able to field it on one bounce. Tratt, Doumbia. Jacob Tratt, caught in possession by Steins and then goes tumbling to the floor. Is there a trailing arm there that he's caught? Steins gets back to his feet. It's rather odd there with how spectacularly he collapsed to the turf. Ball has eventually found its way out.
Tratt perhaps fortunate in that as well. Laboured on that touch a little too long. Steins goes to ground fairly easily there.
A series of ricochets falls kindly for the Jets in the end. Mikkeltadze's got everyone wanting to tread on his toes at the moment. Bekel Mikkeltadze. The Jets have coughed it up. Tratt, cleaner this time. Beating it into the right channel, and it's out of McGarry for a corner kick. Western United can ask some more questions of Jack Duncan, the Jets' defence here. Tratt looking a little bit sore, but might just be after a couple of sprints in quick succession. And McGarry is down here, and this is not good news. Is it cramp or an injury? I'm guessing he's allowing an opponent here to help him to his feet. May just be the beginning of a cramp. Jason Hoffman has been stripped and readied on the sidelines. How superstitious are the Jets? They're going to want to make a sub while defending a corner. I don't think they're going to have a choice here. McGarry's number is up.
McGarry, when he went down there, pointing to his left knee to pull up a little gingerly on that one.
So Jason Hoffman will come on, super veteran of this Newcastle team. Change goes through. James McGarry, watch this space on his health going forward. Hoffman's first duty will be to come on and defend a corner kick in A-League appearance number 277. Kurt Ams is going to have a quick word to all the combatants here that want to block each other's runs and crowd each other's space. Leo Lacroix right in the heart of that next to Matthew Yerman. So, corner kick for Western United. To the near post, it's dealt with by Thurgate. Kilkenny gets another chance. This time it deflects out. And will be another corner kick. They're starting to add up here for Western United. This will be number 8 of the game. Kilkenny steps out his mark. Just beyond an hour played. Near post delivery once again. Mikkeltadze, it's an up and under header. Parias! Well, he was given the space to hit a volley, but surrounded by opponents, he went high rather than through.
Parias has met that really cleanly. Catch the fly to the ball, you're right though, Teo. Not enough in the way of Newcastle pressure to close that one down, and had that been on target, Certainly would have asked a few questions of Jack Duncan.
Behind the goal shot showed you how much was open to him. Now, Alexander Prijovic is down and looking sore. To diagnose exactly what the issue here is. Was it impact, or is it something a bit more serious here? He's holding his chest, he's holding his shoulder. There's a lot of kinesio tape on the back of his neck, which is not where you normally expect to see a player taped up by the physio before they go out and play in a game. It looks as though his number might be up as well, unfortunately. Western United, talisman of their championship last season, still only just starting to find his feet this campaign with 3 and 6. Pappas clearly wants the hurry up here.
I wonder if Prijovic came down heavily, challenge from that corner.
Taking a look at the scene here for Prijovic as he's ushered off by the trainers. Oh, Botic might be the most likely substitution here. So is it a clavicle or a shoulder? What's the issue? Let's have another look. He goes up. Doesn't seem to be much contact. It's like a non-contact injury to the shoulder, Grace. So pre-existing issue aggravated, it seems, that's caused him real grief. Doesn't look like he's going to come off just yet. But the fourth official's got the paperwork. And there's going to be Noah Botic coming on. Doumbia. Rising to the head of this time, darts Melia. Sotirio, crunching slide challenge coming in from Risdon, had to time it. It's out for a throw, that will allow the substitution to go through. And this one certainly wouldn't have been planned, Grace, as Noah Botic does indeed come on for an injured Alexander Prijovic.
It's disappointing there for Prijovic to see the end of his day, but certainly did not look comfortable coming down with that right shoulder, but a great opportunity for the youngster in Noah Botic. Some good minutes he has ahead of him here.
He only turned 21 during the week. Today's A-League men's appearance number 10, and he's yet to find the back of the net. So as you say, Grace, good minutes and a good opportunity maybe to try and find that breakthrough goal. Of course, he's been prominent in youth international teams, still finding his way in senior men's football. Good opportunity today to lead the line. Stitched the Prijovic imitation haircut as well. He's gone for the far more conventional short back and sides. The sort of haircut you can set your watch to now. Let's see if he straightens up this Western United attack, because it certainly wasn't Prijovic's most prominent performance today, but we just know that his presence alone keeps defenders accountable, whereas now it's the young 21-year-old who's out there instead.
Well, a fresh set of legs with the wind behind him, Noah Botic. He's got some real speed about him too.
Wales, awkward bounce, and he's not able to chase it down before the byline loomed large. And again, if Trent's getting booked in the first half for time wasting, playing on there after the ball is clearly out, mind shooting at the goalkeeper. Wales perhaps testing the referee's patience. Mumbling away here, clearly unhappy about something. Jack Duncan didn't take it personally. So 25 minutes of regulation to go. Who's going to step up and win and find a spark in this one? A draw doesn't do either team any favours. It is such a logjam below 6th place that the rewards for winning are apparent. Barrios made the ball his own. Payne, Connor Payne! It kept rising. Ingham was there trying to guard him. Connor Payne couldn't keep the shot down.
Little hand of apology there from Connor Payne, and he knows he probably needs to do better with that shot. How lethal he can be on his left foot, and a little ball through from Barrios again. He's been at the base of everything today, Barrios, and Payne's just not quite hit that in the way that he would have liked to challenge a save out of Duncan.
We're hearing that Piscopo might be the next cab off the rank for Newcastle. They've gone into their shell a little bit in the last 10 or so minutes. They were going 60-40 possession and controlling a lot of the ball in that first half. So maybe Piscopo's presence will be necessary to bring a new lease of life and creative pass and outlet to the team. to see if it is Steins who makes way, Grace, or if they're looking perhaps at Tadze, who's really struggled to get into the game and have a reshuffle in that front three.
Well, based on impact alone today, I'd suggest it would be Tadze to take a break. Steins has been really influential.
Simply want to leave him out there for the sake of structure, though. Tadze as the designated number 9. Been in his Thurgate's most prominent performance either, but let's get through the power of running. All will be revealed shortly, no doubt. Here is Thurgate, glancing header. Can't keep possession at the feet of the Jets, but ball is volunteered back nonetheless. Carl Jenkinson hitting it long onto the head of Lacroix. Kilkenny, Payne. Nice work by Ingham to spill the ball. Here is Thurgate. Yeoman. Pass broke central. Tratt to Kilkenny. Now Lacroix. Whips it out over to the left. Risdon comes inside and was able to lose the attention of Soterio, but couldn't capitalise with the pass. Now Doumbia, a bit of bash and crash, giving away a free kick. Jenkinson restarts. A looping ball, exactly to his teammates' advantage either. They need a touch of class out there, these two teams at the moment. The quality is just starting to wane a little bit. Take a look at the possession in the game. It's almost balanced right back out to 50-50, which reflects how much more possession and territory Western United have had in the second half. Essentially, really, from about the 40th minute onwards, the last 5 minutes of the first half, balanced up the numbers almost by half-time. It's continued into the second 45. Feels like the game is there to be taken by the scruff of the neck, Grace.
Certainly the zip, the energy has petered out from this fixture. Opening 15-20 minutes of the first half was pretty electric stuff, but understandably so as the match wears on, and Doumbia frustration. The second foul is conceded in as many minutes.
Who is the voice out there? Who is providing the energy? Neil Kilkenny is chatting away. The Jets have a similar sort of figure that's demanding the passing beat just a little bit slicker, ball movement a little bit faster. At the moment, the game the Jets are in possession is drifting. Tamaki Imai is clearing comfortably here.
Kilkenny, a real communicator out there for Western United. Really sound this afternoon as well.
Doumbia. Risdon. Flicked on by Payne. Now Kilkenny stops and props. Turns and sees Wales as an option. Now Piraeus. He's been the action man today. Piraeus invited to take on the shot. And it kept rising. The defence backed off there, and Dylan Piraeus mentioned he averages a goal about once every 9 games in the A-League men's, but on occasion he couldn't hit the target.
He has looked really lively this afternoon, but Newcastle just standing off. Everyone taking responsibility to close the space as Piraeus is driven in on his left foot. He's hit that well. Just always rising. To be a little bit sore after that one as well.
So Melton boy Dylan Piraeus, same hometown as Socceroo Matthew Leckie, is on the road out to Ballarat. Drive through Melton up the Western Highway, on the way to this rural city. Bit of chip and charge here from Soterio. There'll be backspin on this one, and Tratt was awake to that. It's knocked on. Imai has to deal with it. Newcastle just getting interested on that phase of play. Almost like the clock ticking over to 20 minutes of regulation to go has come with a plan. Here's Steins, a bending cross and an unmarked Bahaja, who had to do better. He's missed the target, totally unmarked.
Bahaja stays down, no doubt replays that chance in his head. It's a great delivery yet again by Steins, and relatively unmarked at the far post. That's got to be a finish there from Bahaja.
Well, double sub coming. Costa Grozos and Reno Piscopo coming on. And you wonder, would these subs have taken place had Trent Bahaja hit the target just a moment ago? Daniel Steins, the goal scorer, is the one making way for Piscopo, and Bahaja will be feeling pretty low as he comes off the Grozos here. Hasn't scored since the 11th of December last season. And I tell you what, last year I should say, not last season, but that should have been his third goal of the campaign. Open and shut.
Yep, he'll be seeing that one on replay in his head over and over again. Sometimes it's those moments where you've just got a lot of time to look at the ball, which he did have a reasonable amount of time to look at it. Just needed to steer that one straight into the frame of the goal and sent it wide, and that's tough then to come off after that.
I find it so strange that Newcastle had really been going through the motions for almost 15 minutes, and then they must have got the shout, hey, you're getting subbed off, and then we see Steins and Bahaja spring to life. They cut Western United open. I mean, it's the idea maybe not to shout that rather than let the game drift. Anyway, you see the subs trying to make an impact here as Piscopo's pass out towards Dartsmelia is cleared. I don't understand why you then make the sub after they show that they're clearly capable of playing through the Western United midfield. Anyway, they're on the attack once again. They could make it a moot point with the goal here, and it's cleared away from Hoffman.
I dare say those subs were well and truly already on the way, irrespective of that last chance between Steins and Bahaja.
Pull the paperwork, hold the papers. Just roll it back for one more phase of play. I mean, it's not like they're out on their feet and literally couldn't walk themselves off the ground. Anyway, we'll let that slide and see if the subs turn out to be game changers as well. Western United want a game changer of their own. Risdon, Wales from the left, and it's sliced behind for a corner. Yerman perhaps wanted an offside call there, but that's what is forthcoming. It appears so. It's not going to be a corner kick. Hockey Wales had strayed beyond the defensive line. Let's have another look here. Or are they saying that Payne was interfering with play? Seems timely given what happened in the Manchester derby overnight race.
Depends which side of Manchester you sit on, Teo.
Yeah, I hope Simon Hill isn't watching. On that occasion, the flag goes up. It is paid as offside rather than a corner kick. Not sure I necessarily agree with that. Payne did give himself up, but I'm 100% convinced he's interfering with the defender there.
Or was Marcus Rashford?
Here's a long ball now for Mikkeltadze. He's legged. It's a foul. And the long ball is undone. Western United. Rouge out of the pocket. Trent was already on a yellow, but that is a straight red. And this game takes a severe turn with just over 15 minutes to go.
Oh, it's been a tough day at the office there for Jacob Tratt. He's worked hard to get back into close the space. The last defender already on the yellow there, and get another look at this. Mikkeltadze running through at pace, and Tratt has collected the legs there, just outside the 18-yard box.
Well, as a sacrificial act, as a professional foul, has he done the right thing? His team's down to 10 men, but if they defend the free kick here and keep it at 1-1, is that the cost of doing business? Or is it entirely outcome-based on the result of the free kick here?
I don't think it was ever Tratt's intention to pick up that red card or that kind of challenge. Arguably, he was going for the ball, but he has taken out the legs there of Mikkeltadze.
And of course, those of you wondering, straight red, not a second yellow, so Tratt's afternoon is over. Referee Kurt Ams has painted the line where the wall can set up. Jamie Young is setting that wall. Can Newcastle cash in against the 10 men of Western United immediately here? Jamie Young sets his wall and now sets up on the line. The wind, it's really swirling. It's picked up here. Becky Dartsmelia. Can he conjure up something? That's what he's looking at. Top right corner's been left open to him. He'll strike it left-footed. Big moment for the Jets. All set for Becca Dartsmelia. Here's the free kick. And Young is safe as he holds it at eye level and collapses onto the ball.
Strong hands there from Jamie Young. Once again, holding that one cleanly to his chest.
launched long. Can the 10 men of Western? A draw from here looks like it might be a good result, but imagine if they were able to win. And we see a foul here by Ingham. Free kick. Ingham's on a card right back from the 2nd minute of the game, but no thoughts of a second yellow on this one.
And he's getting frustrated there, Ingham. Did get a little toe to the ball.
If you're Arthur Pappas, do you sub Dane Ingham? Do you take him off on the card? Looking at the bench, they've already bought on Hoffman. They've got Jordan Elsey, who's a centre-back, Mohamed Al-Tay, who's a midfielder. They're not going to sub him off for Archie Goodwin, who's a striker. They're going to trust Ingham, it seems. Free kick for Western. Can they score with 10 men? Kilkenny bending it in, and it's off the crossbar. Bottage so close to his first A-League men's goal. Jets are arguing it was offside again, but looks as though it is going to be a corner kick, and the referee Kurt Ams is saying there was a fingertip touch, then put it onto the crossbar.
The delivery from Kilkenny, lovely, really great shape on it, to a really tough area of the field to manage for Duncan. Bottage rises well to that.
Well, the width of the crossbar away from a first A-League men's goal, and that is how frustrating it is for the young man. He's wanting a belated 21st birthday present here. So now we've got push and shove at the other end. The game's heating right back up. Look at Hayden Fox. He's walked right down to watch this set piece be swung in by Kilkenny. In at the near post it goes! Lacroix denied! Combination of keeper and defender. Scrambling it away. Now Wales. A bender. And into the hands of Jack Duncan. But Leo Lacroix, in a season where so much has gone against him, that was nearly the beginning of his redemption.
A great delivery from Kilkenny. Lacroix, lovely little glancing header there. Jack Duncan does really well to get down and push that one out.
It was this venue, it was this end of the ground that he scored 2 of his 3 A-League men's goals, Leo Lacroix, against the Newcastle Jets. Happy memories, not able to recreate them there. And now the Jets in through the left, it's bouncing through the 6-yard box. And offside against Dance Melia over on the left side. So Western United down to 10 men. Think about a change or two perhaps here. Will we see Alessandro Diamanti today? It's the offside call again. Costa Grozos, the offending player. It's going to be Nikolai Topor-Stanley to come on. Whose number will be up? Topor-Stanley with Hayden Fox down next to the 4th official. The assistant referee's flagging here. And it looks as though Dylan Perias was coming back from an offside position. And if what we're hearing is correct, it's going to be his last involvement in the game. Well, Grace, I think that Dylan, not to bias your selections for the Tobin medal, but I think Dylan Perias has put a pretty good case forward to be player of the match today. But with 10 minutes to go, this game could go in any direction and a hero may yet emerge.
Tough to disagree there, Teo. I think Perias has had an excellent afternoon, and it's moved now from Aloisi just to get a little bit of defensive assurance back there in Topor-Stanley. Perias, that's a great shift.
So Topor-Stanley runs to the centre of defence. Let's see what that does to the 10-man formation of Western United for the last 10 minutes of regulation. Can the Jets make the most of being a man up? Jenkins. Ingham. Darts Valley. Yeoman plays the ball through the left channel now. Piscopo bending to Hoffman. Hoffman turns away from Imai. Find an opening. Imai's not letting him pass. Reno Piscopo attempting to unlock the defence, bends it in, and Jamie Young is out to claim. There before Soterio. Now Risdon still full of running. But that pass is under hit. Ingham jumped out. Almost like a basketballer taking a charge. He collapses to the ground rather than hold his ground.
Well, his feet were planted, so there's no foul there.
Again, he's walked the tightrope expertly for 79 minutes now, Dane Ingham, after getting booked early in the match. Still been able to commit fouls, still been able to be physical. Never really looking like he was going to get sent off. He's on the ball here, but that pass is misdirected. Risdon. Kilkenny. Flips the pass to Bottage. Kilkenny at a 1-on-2, kind deflection. Risdon, Noah Bottage once more. Outside of the foot pass. Connor Payne bearing down on goal, and he tried to cut it back. The chance, well, is diffused in the end by Yerman. Maybe a little unselfish from Connor Payne there. He saw something at the top of the penalty area that he liked, rather than attempts to bear down on goal.
Well, the ball from Bottage was excellent outside of the right foot, but Connor Payne.
Kilkenny. Square pass. Imai. A high, hopeful ball, and no more Parias on that right flank, no more Prijovic waiting in the middle. So a different looking Western United attack, but still necessitating a header behind for a corner.
The point I was going to make, Connor Payne just looked like he didn't want that on his right foot. He thought to look for the pass, square pass to cut it across. The run was excellent from him through the lines. The ball from Bottage as well, lovely. Just that final product lacking somewhat from Payne.
Neil Kilkenny remains on corner taking duty. To the far post this time, and Topo Stanley sold the push for all it was worth, but the referee, not taking an interest beyond the initial shout. Curtahams has taken exception to something here. Here's another look at all the grabbing and grappling, and Hoffman, well, a hand, but nothing untoward, you'd have to say.
Not enough in that from me for a penalty.
It's only going to get more desperate from here, you suspect. Game in the balance at 1-1. The draw doesn't really help either team. Everyone else battling for the 6 will be hoping this one ends square, you'd have to say. Dartsmelia. Nicoltadze. Jenkinson. And Ingham. Understandably, Western have all their numbers behind the ball. Dartsmelia not able to break the unit. However, a ponderous touch from Imai has given possession away. And then Kilkenny is there to go and win it back, but his pass is shanked here by Piscopo. Rino Piscopo spinning on the ball. Sotirio got it in, but Nicoltadze couldn't protect the ball. Kilkenny launching a counter. Risdon, and the runners break. Not quite at breakneck speed. Connor Payne. And he got his ankles tapped there. Grozos gives away a free kick, and this is a chance for Western to drop it on someone's head in the penalty area.
A little clumsy in there from Grozos. Just a little bite of the ankles on that one, and it will be Kilkenny once more.
Taken quickly, the element of surprise. Payne stopped once, bounces back to his feet. Newcastle man is down, playing everyone on side, and the Jets would be wise to hit the line here. Jenkinson surely would have known that he had a prone teammate there in Sotirio. In the end, the ball does find its way to safety. Josh Sotirio can be assessed. Trainer's been waved out here, but let's have another look.
Yeah, look, you can see the right ankle there. He's just gone over on that. Don't like to see that. Josh Sotirio understandably feeling the pain from that one.
So Payne's left foot there is planted into Sotirio's. Accidental as he challenged for the ball, but no, that first replay made it look like very solid contact.
The kind of one that will swell up. Spend a couple of days trying to get that one back under control, and should be able to play on, but they certainly hurt when you do them.
So Sotirio right to continue. Western United in possession. 4 minutes of regulation to go. Who will step up and win it? Can the 10 men of Western United make Ballarat Colorado winner for just the third time.
Look, if Newcastle hold on to this draw and to settle for a point, change the pattern somewhat. They don't have a great record when conceding first, and 7 games in which they've gone on to lose those.
Well, against 10 men, yeah, it might represent a breakthrough of sorts, Grace, which is fair enough, but surely they've got to go for it here. And that's what they're going to get up and do with Sotirio now, and he just hooked the pass. Mikkeltadze was surrounded by 3 defenders. Thurgate, though, not wasting any time. Dartsmelia. Wales out to meet him. Now Jenkinson. Dartsmelia again. Hoffman. The Jets going to show the urgency here. Western United entirely packed in behind. Looking for the right pass. Hoffman gets it underneath. Thurgate's there. Doumbia avoids conceding the corner. Go for the long throw, or do they keep it moving and keep the ball cycled and moving quickly? Piscopo. Again, Western United won't mind this. Look up and see Neil Kilkenny just marshalling his troops. Everyone staying organised, trying to close any gaps. Dartsmelia takes the aerial route out to the left. Hoffman with Imai for company. Back to Thurgate. Thurgate lifts it across. It has to be pinpoint, and it picks out Risdon, headed away. Archie Goodwin has been walked up to the 4th official. Newcastle are going to throw on an attacker at the end. Nick Milanovic is going to come on for Western United at the next break and play. Newcastle want that to be a goal, though. Mikkeltadze. Grozos. Ingham. Tried to will it on, but to his team's advantage. Following back up. Knocked off the feet of Grozos. Throw in, and this will prompt the subs for both teams. So Milanovic and Goodwin will both make their way on. Connor Payne and Josh Sotirio, the players that are coming off. So Sotirio, who we saw take that knock to his ankle just a few moments ago. Jets are deciding fresh legs for 1 minute and stoppage time will do. Milanovic comes on to relieve Connor Payne here.
Surprising to see Sotirio take the bench there. Hope he doesn't pull up too sore from that ankle roll.
So 1 minute of regulation to go. How much stoppage will there be for Newcastle to try and lay siege to the Western attack? Western, do they get one counter-attack? Do they get one chance to pinch this with 10 men? A window of opportunity there. Cleared long, broken play. Quite Newcastle's liking initially, but they reload through Piscopo. Hoffman. Now Mikkeltadze. Tries to play into the numbers at the top of the penalty area. Jenkinson. And now Dartsmelia. 2 with Piscopo. Western United continuing to resist. They've built a green and black wall across the top of the penalty area here. Newcastle not exactly trying to bang it down either. They're waiting for the right pass to appear. Dartsmelia lifts in a high ball, and that is perhaps why they weren't going for long balls or long shots.
That one there, disappointing from Dartsmelia. Newcastle with all the possession, just looking to patiently build and find an avenue toward goal, but Western United, last time they went down to 10 men. Of course, a few weeks ago it was the Topper Stanley red card and went on to win that game against Melbourne Victory.
Well, maybe one chance is what they're after. Topper Stanley could be the man to get the redemption, having now been subbed on. Wales. Imai's running through the right. Wales will use him. There's numbers in the box. Imai's delivery, not on the money. Well, is that Western United's last great chance to try and pinch all 3 points? 1 of the 4 minutes ticks over. Over to Newcastle. How creative can they be? Dartsmelia, his last pass into the box, not a good one. Goes back to Yerman here. Now Thurgate. Jenkinson. Hoffman, it's a little bit slow and ponderous. Piscopo, has he got magic in the boots? It's knocked away from Archie Goodwin. Risdon. Ran into the challenge of Fergate, who bounces back to his feet. Now Young, awkward touch, almost opened the door. And he got it away from Archie Goodwin, who was pressing up. Imai, now Wales. Almost half of stoppage time expired. Wales jags central. Does he have a long ball outlet here? He doesn't. It's out for a throw. Fergate. Two. Brozos. Newcastle running out of time. 1 minute of additional time remains. Is there one last chance? Can they ask one last question of Jamie Young? Jenkinson with a long ball and not a well-measured ball, and it will go out for a goal kick. And Grace, that perhaps sums up the lack of inspiration from Newcastle here, even with a man advantage.
I was just thinking as well that Jenkinson has had a much better performance this afternoon, a much more measured performance at the back there for Newcastle. Wasn't in the starting 11 last week, Jenkinson, but turned and across the board. I think he's been really solid, but that last pass he'll be disappointed with.
Who wants to step up and win it? 30 seconds to go. Flick header here for Western United. Bonnage, foul given. They even commit numbers forward though. Doumbia waving to calm everything down. He's trotting forward. Topor, Stanley, Lacroix. All right, they are going to load up and try to pinch this one with 10 men. One last stand for Newcastle. And Western United, perhaps against the odds. Down to 10 men after the red card to Jacob Trapp. Trying to poach it beyond the end of stoppage time. It falls in the box and runs out to the flank. Piscopo's there. And the full-time whistle goes, and it will be frustration for both these teams. Western United because they took the lead, and the Newcastle Jets because they had 15 minutes against 10 men, but weren't able to complete the comeback. After the score was 1-1 at half-time, neither team was able to break through in the second 45. An intriguing but ultimately locked game between these two sides. There's more to the story, perhaps, with an injury to Prijovic and a suspension for Tratt to have to deal with as well. Handshakes at full time though in Ballarat as it ends. Western United 1, Newcastle